Okay, so hey guys, today we have a new replay session person with us, and he has two replays. One is for offlane and one for carry. So let's get into that. Okay, so tell me about yourself, man. Like, what MMR bracket are you in right now?
Yeah, I'm at icon level right now, 2.2k or 2.3k nowadays.
Right. So what do you think is the biggest problem you're facing right now as a player?
Yeah, I'm not gonna blame my teammates firstly.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you that
Yeah.
I can see the farm patterns in the game
Okay.
easily. I'm good at that, but the thing is, when to fight or when to engage or when to get back, I got some problems about this, in my opinion.
Right. So that's a pretty uh, difficult problem to have. I faced that problem myself when I initially started out playing. I mean, I didn't understand hero strengths and like exactly what you said, like when to fight and when to not fight. That was a big problem for me. So I'm assuming you're playing Axe this game.
Yes, correct.
Okay, right. So that's perfect. Like we can answer your question using this replay, but let's check out the other replay as well. So what's the other one? In this one, you're playing.
Yeah, this is a party game with my friends.
Okay.
I'm playing Luna in this game
Right.
as a carry.
Okay, so to answer your question, which is like when to fight and when to not fight, your axe replay would be more relevant because Luna is a pusher hero. Kind of like the way you win fights with Luna is by pushing out the lanes. You force people to separate and then you take a fight.
Yes.
But let's focus on the axe replay more. I feel like that question can be answered better using the axe replay.
The problem with Luna
Yeah.
or the late game heroes, I mean,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
generally, I do communicate with my team always, but
Okay.
they do that as well, and sometimes they push me so hard to come back to fight or something like that. But I feel like that I need to farm or I need to push that tower or something like that. And
Right.
I feel I'm kind of manipulated by them, and I join them and I die. And
Yeah, I understand.
I feel like that.
Okay, so fine, we'll get into that replay as well, but first let's look at your axe game. So what pick was this? Like, did you pick it in first phase, second phase, this axe? Yeah, so you were second pick. Okay, you first phase this axe, so that's fine. Then we don't need to talk about the draft as much. Oh, sorry. But okay, so by just looking at the lineups, okay, I'll just, what do you think axe does in a game? Like, what is axe's job?
First, the initiation, in my opinion, and tanking.
Yeah, so right. So you are the initiation, right? So what other initiation does your team have?
The berserk, which can.
No, your team. What initiation does your team have apart from you?
Void.
Yeah, Void Chrono, right? Perfect. So you guys have pretty good team fight. They have Venomancer ult and they have Underlord, I guess. So you guys have a stronger team fight than them. So I'm just going to tell you a bit about how Dota works. So it's like rock, paper, scissors. So team fight beats split push. I'm sorry, team fight beats turtling. Wait, hold on. So yeah, if you are, so you guys have a stronger team fight, right? And they don't. So every time you take a 5v5, you're gonna win. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say here.
I felt like that in that game.
I'm sorry?
I felt the same thing that you told me.
Okay, so let's just, I mean, for some reason, this is still downloading. We'll just look into that. So you guys had a big spike here, but this looks like you guys threw it. So let's see what actually happened. Oh, I'm sorry.
I got this kind of problem today. I mean, I couldn't download the replay. If you want, I can choose a different game.
Can you speak louder? I can't hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Is that good right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I couldn't download the game today as well. I don't know why, but if
Okay.
you want, I can choose a different game, or we can look for the Luna one.
Yeah, sure, sure. Let's look at the Luna one. I mean, I don't know what's going on. So, oh, sorry. So let's go for the Luna game. Can you see the screen okay? Like, is there a FPS drop?
It's a little bit laggy, but
Yeah.
there's no problem.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's okay.
my laptop's a little old, so it can't handle two softwares at once. If I play Dota, I get. If I'm running anything else, it starts lagging a bit.
If there's a big problem, I will let you know. Don't
Yeah,
worry about
sure, sure, sure. So this game is just downloading. So okay, I'm gonna tell you about the different types of carries. So there's carries who are very good at pushing out lanes, and then there's carries who are very good at killing people. So Luna is the first category. Like she's good at the way you win with Luna is you push waves out, you kind of force the enemy team to separate to go and defend multiple lanes, and then you just like win a team fight using her eclipse because you're going to be fighting like 3v5 or 4v5 or something. I mean, Luna is stronger in a 5v5, but Phantom Assassin is good at picking people off solo.
Yeah, correct.
So she's kind of a catch hero, and Luna's kind of, the pushing type. So that's why PA is bad at wave clear, if you can notice. I mean, no hero is good at everything. So Luna's better at pushing out waves and team fighting, but Phantom Assassin is good at single target uh, killing kind of heroes. So yeah, let's. I believe it's an offlane bristleback for you in this lane.
Yes, Bristleback was
Yeah.
one of my opponents in this game, and I also chose as something like counter because you can disturb your enemy with your team. It is easier to get the range creep kills.
Yeah. Right.
I can speak louder if you want. Is that okay for you?
Yeah.
I don't.
I'll just reduce the in-game volume completely. Then I guess that should be fine. Okay. Yeah. You were saying?
Okay. Okay. So I know that Bristleback has no stun or something like that, so Luna is a squishy one.
Yeah.
But I can handle the game with my Lunar Beam. I mean, I can get the range creep kills or something like that, or I can harass Bristleback because he's not good at against magical damage at the beginning of the game. I mean,
Right. Right. You're
so
completely right. Yeah.
that
Okay.
that was my preference in this game. That's why I chose Luna. I picked
Okay.
one.
Okay. Were you last pick? Were you 10th pick?
Yes, I was last.
Okay. So okay, fine. Let's start with the draft actually. So
Okay.
if you are 10th pick, like that is supposed to be the pick which wins you the game, right? So right now you have an offlane life stealer, and what was their 10th pick? Okay, actually, let's look at the draft. So, Tiny was the last pick, and
Oh,
no,
sorry.
wait, sorry. Yeah, you were not the last pick. So you second phased your Luna. So then we're not going to talk about the draft. I think your mid laner was the last pick. Yes, okay, fine, cool. So let's go back. Then we don't need to talk about the draft. So, okay, now you know when you're looking at this game and it's just started, you know Bristleback is in the offlane, right? So,
Yeah.
how does Bristleback kill you? Like, what is Bristleback's strength? How does he play?
I mean, is one of the best laner in this game. I mean, he can push, he can chase you down
Yeah, how does he chase
every
you?
like quills and Q.
Yeah,
So he can
right,
do
right.
that
Perfect.
every
So you're
second
completely
in
right.
the game.
Perfect, perfect. So he keeps spamming his Q and W, right? That's how he
Yeah,
kills you. So
yeah, right.
what item can you think of which helps you maximize on that piece of information?
Yeah, I got it. Vans or stick, magic stick.
Yeah, perfect. So right now you spend 200 gold on a quelling blade as your starting
Yeah,
item,
yeah,
and
right.
that is just giving you 6 damage.
Yeah.
So instead you could have spent 200 gold on a magic stick which heals you for like 200 health and 200 mana every like minute or two.
You
Yeah.
can roast me on that. I know that was an experimental thing
Right.
for me because after this change, I mean the
Yeah.
gold change and also damage change,
Yeah.
I just wanted to try ranged hero cooling blade. because I think maybe that's a good thing. But yes, you're right.
Yeah.
I should have been bought magic stick or
Yeah,
something
look,
like that.
hey, it's completely all right, man. Like I'm not here to roast you. I'm just gonna try to help you be a better player.
Yeah.
It's completely okay to make mistakes. I mean, I used to make the same mistakes at some point of time. Like that's how you grow. You learn from your mistakes and you get a better player. So it's completely okay. It's don't feel bad about messing up.
Thanks.
So
Okay.
just like my 2 cents, never go for a quelling blade on a ranged hero because
Okay.
you spent I believe it's 200 gold. This sorry, yeah, QB is 200. Okay, it's 130. So instead of 130 gold on a quelling blade, you could have just bought like a circlet, I guess, that gives you +2 to all attributes. It's 20 gold more, but you get 2 damage, more health, more mana, 60
Yeah.
health, 40 mana, I believe. So that's
Yeah.
much
Got
better
it.
than a quelling blade. For basically, just don't go for a quelling blade on a ranged hero. And in
Yeah.
this particular matchup, I personally would have gone for a wand because, like you mentioned, Luna's strength in lane is Lucent Beam, right?
Yeah.
And Luna has bad mana regen, so not only would this stick give you a lot of health regen, it will also give you mana regen. It will allow you to spam beam more.
Yes,
So
you're right.
yeah, you could have
I
spam
got
beam
your
more.
point.
Yeah. Okay, so let's not dwell on that any further. Let's begin again. So
I have a low-end PC. That's why sometimes I got black screens after loading.
right. Okay, so for that, I can tell you one thing. So go to your Dota code library. So you can right click on your Dota, go to properties.
Yep.
In set launch options, just add this over there.
Yeah, I just do that. I
Okay.
just did that today. Yeah.
Okay,
I
perfect.
saw
So
on Reddit. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, perfect. So all right, let's go. So you have Grimstroke as your lane partner. Okay, so one piece of information which, okay, I'm going to tell you what to do in the pre-game, what you're supposed to do. So me as a player, like how I climbed a lot was I never used to click on enemy heroes, but I started clicking on them as much as possible in the pre-game. So what you do is you just try to figure out how much damage and armor they have, both the offlaner and the support. So you kind of get an idea of how much you can afford to trade with this guy. So if he has more damage, more armor than you, then you should be avoiding trades. And if he has less damage, less armor than you, then you should be forcing trades more often.
Yes.
So
I got it.
yeah, that's just like one. Let's see if you do that. Okay, you did click on the rubric. That's perfect. You did click on the bristleback as well. Okay, so right now, if you had a quelling blade, you would have already had 2 stacks. But I'm sorry,
Yeah.
one. But let's not talk about that anymore.
Yes.
So cool. Those guys managed to get 3 bounties. That's fine. Okay, yeah. So I see here that you have a wand. That's perfect. Okay, so do you know about what you're supposed to do in lane as a carry related to the creeps?
I mean, do you mean the aggro or something like that?
Yeah, the creep position. Like, where should the creeps be
Yes.
positioned as a carry? What should um, your mindset be regarding the creep
Yeah.
position?
Yeah. I always lean near to my tower, so
Yeah,
because it's a safe lane.
yeah.
That's why um, I don't push, and I just only get last hits. Sometimes I need to harass my enemy because I don't want to give too much farm to offlaner.
Yeah.
These kind of things. I mean, I guess I know the basics, but if you can see my mistakes here, we can maybe correct it.
Okay.
I don't know if I know the correct thing right now. So
Okay, so what you said
like,
is perfect. You always want the creeps to be as close to your tower, like somewhere over here where Bristleback is standing right now. That would be the perfect position. This is fine too. So this is where you want your creeps to be, because if the offlaner tries to dive on you, you can just go to your tower range and then you'll be safe. Because if they try to dive, that's why you want it to be as close as possible. And also, if it's closer here, you have just a second. So then you have this entire area where you can chase them. Like if you start hitting this guy and you're trying to chase him, you have this entire area. You can chase him till the offlane tower if you want to try to kill this guy.
Yeah.
Is it making
Right.
sense? Like, if the wave is over here, you can't go aggressive on the enemy. So, does that make sense?
Yes. I get your point.
Perfect. So, okay, let's see how this lane plays out. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
The biggest problem in my MMR,
Yeah.
position 5 players don't
Yeah.
know the aggro thing. So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
want to right click the enemy. That's okay, but
It draws
they
aggro.
mess the
Yeah.
mess the creep aggro at that point.
Yeah.
And as a range hero, you know that range heroes are a little bit disadvantaged at the beginning. I mean, about last hitting, because probably this bristleback got the cooling plate, so he has more damage than me.
Yeah.
And when we push, it's going to be harder, especially
Right.
with Rubik. But
Yeah.
I
So
can't tell them that.
it's all right. You just have to learn to play with that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just
I
how it
guess
is.
you're right.
Yeah,
Yes.
you just have to adjust. I mean, if you do, you'll improve pretty fast. But let's see. So right now, what I want to say is, you want the creeps to stay here, right? So
Yeah.
try to right now. What should you be doing?
Denying the creeps.
Yes.
And
Yeah, perfect. You should be denying the creeps. So if you go back a few seconds. So yeah, from now till the range creep dies, you have a chance to just hit your own creeps 1 or 2 times. That's just a small thing. But try to keep hitting this creep as much as possible.
I guess I feel pressure to get some last hits, so that's why I sometimes I just forego the idea of denying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm seeing here is you're trying to use your lucent beam to last hit the range creeps.
Yeah.
But I mean, what I would suggest is just get better at last hitting, because you should use lucent beam to harass. I mean, lucent beam to last hit should be used when you absolutely can't last hit at all. Like if you walk up to last hit and you just get killed, or you lose a lot of health, like that's when you should be trying to use your lucent beam to last hit. But in this case, you should try to save it. So from so far, what I can see is just try to create empty lobbies and practice last hitting over there. It's going to be very boring, but I mean that's one thing I can think of. It should help you improve as a player. So again, try to keep deny this as fast as possible. Good job. Another range creep. Okay, that's fine. Perfect. That was perfect. So you understand that you're supposed to get your range creep killed so the wave pushes towards you. That was a very good play. Well done. Unfortunately, I don't know what you're supposed to do, but
I got used to.
I hope this Rubik dies.
I got used to it, I guess. Because
okay, too bad. So right now you're kind of trapped. Let's see what happens. Okay, you managed to get out. You got your stick. That's perfect. Yeah, so this is good. Like the wave is kind of being pressured, forced into your town. But this Grimstroke is like playing bad. You can't. I mean, we're here to focus on your game.
Clearly, Grimstroke wants offensive play. I mean, maybe I picked. Maybe if I had picked Ricky with him, that would be very great for.
No. Trust me. You're not responsible for his mistakes. Like he's trying to fight when like there's 3 creeps hitting him. It's just him who's taking bad trades. And this is not your mistake. It's not on you. This is Grim being a bad player. But this is fine so far. Like I don't see any major issues until now. Yeah, you're doing a good job at last hitting. So you're pretty good at this. It's not easy to last hit on a tower. And that was great. Okay, good job. Yeah, deny that. That was great. Perfect. You're doing a very good job right now.
My intention at this stage of the game is not killing Bristleback. Actually, I just want to force him to get back. That's
enough.
Okay.
That's enough. Yeah. So in lane, it should. I mean, you're not a monkey king. You're not a lane dominator. Like what you're doing right now is perfectly fine. And even as a monkey king, your intention in lane is to like never kill somebody. Your intention is to like get so good. I mean, get so far ahead that it just happens naturally. You shouldn't have to force kills. They'll just happen. If you're strong enough, the kills will just happen. It's natural. Okay, so your laning stage looks pretty good, to be honest. I don't see any big problems.
Yes, glad
Just your game so fucking up. So good job, good job. You're not chasing him. You're just forcing him back. Okay, so just one small mistake, one very small mistake. Yeah, so if you see this point, both of the range creeps are aggroed to you. So I mean, this guy will aggro to you soon. So what happens is your wave is going to push a little because you took like 10 hits from these range creeps. That's just a very, very small mistake. But as soon as you see this happening, just try to get your creeps killed as much as possible. Just click on somebody else on the map or do something. And
you're right.
Very small thing, but so far you're doing a great job. So like you see, like the way
greedy, I guess. I got a little bit greedy. I smelled blood here. That was.
Yeah, that's natural.
My mistake.
I mean, trust me, like 9 on 10 so far on the laning stage. You're doing a pretty good job. Yeah, so deny your range creep right now. Like lane equilibrium is more important than getting last hits.
Yes.
Try to switch your mentality regarding that. So here you should be going for the deny instead of the last hit, but that's okay. It's pretty good so far. Deny. Yeah. Try to kill your keeps. Sorry?
I'm also getting notes. I'm getting notes about it. I mean.
Yeah, sure. I can hold on if you want.
Okay, and also, that's okay. You can go on.
I will also be uploading this video and putting timestamps, so you can always rewatch if you want to.
That's great. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you can go through this video again if that's more convenient for you.
Yeah.
So, okay, right now it's paused. And what do you think you should be doing right now? Based on the timer and the creep wave, like what's your job?
Yes. It's easy when you ask it because I need to push because at the 5th minutes there will be bounties. Runes, I mean bounty runes.
Yeah, great. So right now your job is to be pushing the wave. Yeah. Because it makes your support's job easier to go and pull the wave.
Yeah, you're right.
So yeah.
I know the idea, but practicing that in the game is a little bit hard actually.
Yeah, so I'll tell you how to approach Dota. Like you have to think of Dota as any other sport. Like, if you go to some guy, you ask him to teach you how to play basketball, he's not gonna make you play the entire game every day. Like one day he just asks you to focus on free throws. One day he just asks you to focus on passing the ball. So similarly, you have to focus on only one part of the game. So what I would say is create empty lobbies and just practice lane equilibrium, like pushing, pulling, denying your waves fast. Do that for the first 5 minutes, then just start the lobby again. Like keep doing that like 2-3 times every day. Like you'll improve a lot. Trust me. It'll be very boring, but you'll improve. Definitely improve.
Yeah, the reward is very good. Winning the game actually.
Yeah. So you can practice this. Like you can keep all these timers in your head. That like now it's getting 4 minutes. I should start pushing the waves fast. I should start pushing the wave. All of that. Just a tip. You can think about that. So yeah, you're doing the. So right now you can just loosen being this guy because you have mana. And you kind of want to pressure. Right. Yeah, good job. Okay, so when this happens, like when the wave pushes, what should you be doing?
I could get the bounty actually. I mean, my support is doing pulling.
Yeah. Okay, so ideally your support goes to get the bounty room. And when that happens, you should try to farm this camp. So okay, I'll tell you. So the way to get better as a carry player is you need to understand at what point as a carry can you start jungling as well. So for carry, I mostly play anti-mage, and for anti-mage, it's Tread's Ring of Health. So once you have Tread's Ring of Health, that's when you do not static farm anymore. You start pushing the wave. When the wave pushes, you go and farm these 2 camps.
Yeah.
So for Luna, I think it would be like Treads and I mean, just morbid mask basically. As soon as you get your lifesteal item, that's 900 gold. So I am not a big fan of drums because of that, because drums do not allow you to reliably jungle. I mean, you
Yeah, you're
can,
right.
but you don't have lifesteal. So you need to think of how can I accelerate my game as much as possible. So if you're focusing on carry, try to figure out that point for every hero. So for Luna, it's lifesteal plus like one item, like two race bands or treads plus lifesteal. And for anti-mage, it's treads plus ring of health. For Void, I would say it's treads plus morbid mask. What other carries can I think? For lifestealer, I mean, you have an inbuilt feast. So you just, after you have phase bracer or phase wand, you can just start like jungling.
I
So I'm
see.
not exactly a carry player. Like I do play carry, but not very often. So you need to kind of figure out that uh, point. So yeah, I mean, let's not
Okay.
spend any more time on this. But yeah, I personally would have gone for treads into that item, morbid mask.
Morbid mask, yes,
Yeah,
I got it. Yeah,
so cool.
I'm going to buy it
Yeah,
likely at mid game, I guess. But
okay.
I understand your point
Yeah,
because I need to go online faster.
yeah,
So
yeah. Right. I mean, drums is not a great item for a carry, I would say, unless you're losing the lane, and it's good on specific heroes. I would say
yeah,
it's best on Jug when you're losing the lane or Spectre when you're losing the lane, because those guys snowball with kills, right? Jug wants
yes,
to omni slash people, and Spectre wants to haunt people and kill them. So that's why drums is a good item for them, because it helps you snowball faster. But
yeah,
Luna is not a snowball hero. Luna is a farming hero because of her moon glyphs, and you can't farm heroes with your eclipse. Like uh, it's not not very reliable, I would say, to kill somebody.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it is a pretty damn good spell, but you know, drums does not improve your eclipse. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
But drums improves omni slash and haunt. So yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of drums, but that's cool. So morbid mask and okay. Also, one other thing for Luna, like I'm not a big fan of your skill build. So what I would try to suggest is to hold on to your skill points based on how the lane is going. So at level 1, you skill your Lucian Beam, that's fine. Level 2, you can get Lunar Blessing, but level 3 onwards, like start holding your point. So if the lane is going good for you, like if you think you have kill potential, then put points in your Lucian Beam. But if you think that you cannot kill the enemy, start putting points in your Moon Glaives. So what I'm trying to say is don't immediately skill your point, you can hold. So right
okay,
now, if you had Treads and Morbid Mask, and you had like 2 points, you could have put both of those points in Moon Glaives, and you could have just started pushing the wave and farming the camps.
yeah.
So
That
based on yeah, sorry, you were
that's a
saying
very interesting thing
yeah,
for me. I mean, as a 2K
yeah,
player, because we do not holding the skills.
yeah,
You got my point. So
yeah,
because um, giving that points is makes you advantage,
yeah,
give you an advantage. So that's why you always use that power. But
right,
that's a really good new expect for me.
yeah,
I got this mode. Thank you.
yeah. Okay, I'm glad this is helpful. So yeah, again, this is so I'm not saying the from next game onwards you're going to immediately start winning. Like it's going to take you some time to understand, when to hold a point and when to scale your points. Like, but when you start holding points, you'll realize, okay, I held points and this was a bad idea for this particular game. So then you'll realize when to not hold points when you play further. Like
Yeah.
only when you start doing it, you'll understand like when it's good and when it's bad. So that's why I always force people to stick to one role and ideally stick to one hero, because that's when you completely understand like one game, one type of gameplay. I would say that's how you climb MMR.
Nice.
So
Yes.
try to hold skill points, and based on how the game is going, you can put your learn them. So cool. Let's keep going. So if you notice correctly, I mean, if you notice the Rubik TP'd somewhere else a long time back, right? You haven't seen the
Yeah.
Rubik in lane for a very long time. So you guys should be trying to hit this bristleback more, harass him more. That is
Yes,
just one
right.
point. And second point is, as a carry player, after the 5 minute mark, you have to be thinking about the enemy mid's rotation, because the enemy mid is generally going to have six. You haven't seen what's going on mid, but I would suggest after the 5 minute rule, just check what's going on mid, what's the enemy's mid level. So
Yeah,
right now this guy has six, right? If he decides to rotate bottom, you are at risk because
yeah,
like
right.
you're low health. So I'm just kind of trying to give you the flow chart. Until minute 5, you kind of static farm. Until you get your jungling items, you have to static farm. After you get that, you start pushing out the waves and farming the jungle. And after minute 5, my favorite board is here. Like you see this monument or whatever this is, right? So if your support is not warding for you, just place a ward here, because you can
Yes,
catch the
yes.
enemy mid's rotation when he tries to rotate. And this ward almost never gets rewarded in my opinion. Like as a support, I always ward here for my carry or here, just over here. So this gives you vision of the bounty rune and the secret shop. So if somebody's coming, like you're gonna know. So either here or here, you can place a ward to watch out for enemy rotations. So
That's
let's
a
see.
very good tip
Yeah,
actually, because I don't push myself to play one role. I mean, I'm focusing on position one today,
yeah,
nowadays, but
yeah,
I actually enjoy playing supports as well. But
yeah, yeah.
uh, giving that kind of tips is actually helping me a lot. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So if you play support, I'm gonna tell you try to ward here or here to protect your carry
Yeah.
after minute 5, because you don't know when the rotation's gonna happen. So yeah, cool. Let's see what happens. Yeah, this is perfect. Your Bristle, your so right now your Grimstroke knows that this is the good time to go on him because Rubik's missing. I mean, I just said this before
Yes.
pausing, right? Like that. Right now is when you should be fighting. So okay, let's see what happens. I'm not gonna talk. So this Bristleback, I mean, this guy should be dead, but that's all right. You guys should be like killing this guy a lot more. He doesn't have anything, just as a
Yeah, but
bracer.
I mean,
It's
I
okay. It's all
played
right. It's all right.
Bristleback a lot of time, and
Yeah.
when people chase me, I like it more because they basically kill themselves
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
chase
Yeah.
me as a Bristleback.
Yeah.
So I don't want to leave the same thing when I
Okay.
was the carry.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I could kill him with my 3 level Lunar's beam.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, something like 200 damage. I don't know, but
Yeah. 225. So
yeah,
accounting for magic resistance, it's around like 170, 180, 190,
yeah, yeah.
190, 190 damage.
Yeah,
So
I should have been killed him, but I just some kind of phobia about it. I
yeah, it's
got
okay.
my
It's all
point,
right.
I guess.
It's all right. Yeah. It's completely natural. So okay, based on your skill build right now, I'm assuming you're going to get Eclipse at 6, right? So
Yes.
this is why I don't like maxing Lucent Beam, because if you do this and you're not getting any kills in the laning stage, that's going to slow down your game drastically, because
Yeah, you're right.
from minute like 8 to like 15 or something, you will be farming much slower. Because right now, if you're at 3 points in Moonglaves and you're just maxing this and farming all your entire jungle plus the wave, you will be at a much higher level. Because if you do this and you don't manage to get kills, you're kind of losing the game. Like you're not, um, you're going to be much weaker when the mid game starts. Like, I mean, is it making sense what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I understand your every word right now,
Yeah,
because when you watch your own game,
yeah,
it is very clear your mistakes. I mean, my itemization
yeah,
or my skill build, it's not good one.
yeah.
I mean,
It's okay.
that
It's
could
all
be
right.
better.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So I'm just trying to explain to you, like, if that's how Dota works, like, you can't be good at everything. So if you itemize and build your hero in such a way that it's good at killing, it's going to be bad at farming. And
Yeah,
if you itemize your hero in such a way that it's bad at farming, then it'll be good at killing. So right now you're good at killing, but you're not getting any kills. So yeah, cool. Let's not talk about that anymore.
Okay.
So this is perfect. The wave pushes and you pulled this, you found this camp. That was great. Good play. So I'm just going to predict something. Let's see. Right now you're fourth in net worth, but by minute 15th you'll be like fifth or sixth in net worth. I think. Let's see. Let's see how the game goes. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna win any team fights, but okay, let's see what happens. So I'm just gonna fast forward a bit. We talked enough about the laning stage.
Okay.
You got your drums. So yeah, if you notice, like you're still forced to static farm because you can't farm the jungle. Like it's 8 minutes in, but yeah, that's okay. We already talked about that. Oh, sorry, it should be okay. Okay, your first eclipse usage. Let's go back. Okay, so right now you see PS top, Wild Spirits mid, and you got your eclipse, so you're trying to make a play, right? Let's go. So you see Bristleback trying to do something. Okay, so
That's a bad one.
you know why this is a bad eclipse, right? Like, should I get into that or no?
I see a bad move, but I don't know the reason actually.
Okay, so fine, let's rewind. Okay, how does eclipse work? Like, are the beams gonna hit anybody if you don't see anybody?
No, you need vision.
Yeah, you need vision. That is the first point. And the second point, how many creeps do you see around you? Like, there's these 3 creeps. And so if you're a bristleback or a Rubik right now on the opponent team and you see the Luna eclipse, like what are you gonna do? You're gonna run away, right? You're either gonna run away or yeah. So it's a bad idea to eclipse, especially when there's trees around and like there's creeps around, because A, they're either gonna go into fog or they're gonna just go walk to the creeps. If like there's no way this bristleback dies right now. You see that, right? Because if he goes right, he goes out of vision. If he goes left, the creeps tank your eclipse. And if he goes back, he again goes out of vision. So like the eclipse is just never gonna hit him if you use it right now.
Yeah. I probably just trying to do some miracle or something like that. I mean, that was an impossible move. I can see that right now, but
yeah. So okay, again, what does Grimstroke give you? Like he gives you a stun, right?
Yeah.
Grimstroke, he gives you a stun. So okay, yeah, let's pause it right here. So now you know he has a stun. If you just loosen beam this guy, he's gonna be stunned for a short duration, and then you just walk next to him.
Yes.
So the Grimstroke stuns him again. So at this point, he's yeah. Right now, you could have just beamed him, walked up to him, and he dies. Definitely.
Yeah.
But now this happens, and you kind of so White Spirit rotates at the like perfect timing. But yeah, again, like if you have a ward here for that, I'm sorry, yeah. If you have a ward here, you can know he's rotating, or here, like you can just know he's rotating. And one other tip I have for you is every time you have an even number, like minute 4, minute 6, minute 8, just click mid and see if the enemy mid got a rune in his bottom.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, just one tip to help you improve, because every game the mid laner is going to rotate unless he's like a bad player or he's a farming mid hero. When he's not going to rotate, like if it's an alchemist, then you don't need to look mid. But you know, Void Spirit is a hero who wants to rotate.
Yeah.
So yeah, every time there's an even minute, just take an inventory of what rune does the enemy have, or did your hero get it? Did your team get it, or did your friend get it? So yeah, let's see. Okay, your Grimstroke dies, I think. Okay, you get a kill, that's good. Your tiny rotates, that's good. Okay, that was unfortunate, but you know, you should be running back then, that's okay.
So you should have run.
Yeah.
I couldn't run away from Void Spirit and Bristleback. I thought that and that's why I sacrificed myself to get a kill.
Yeah, that was great. That was great because you saw that Grimstroke used both of his charges of his astral step. So
Yes.
his chasing potential is done. So you fought until the bristleback, which had the chasing potential, was dead. That was correct. But once the bristleback is dead, like you should have backed off. After that, he can't chase you anymore because his astral step is on cooldown. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, let's focus on the player perspective. So this guy has his yeah, he's not gonna die. Okay, just fast forward a little more. So now that you have a siege creep, you're supposed to push the wave, right? You know that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. So you missed every last hit. Get better at last hitting. You missed like 3, 4 last hits in a row. But okay. Yeah, you're pushing the wave. Good job. Yeah, good job. So right now it's okay. Cool. Let's not get into that. Yeah, you did that anyway. You went to farm the camp. That's perfect. So you push the wave. You go and farm these camps. That's perfect. Even if there's a siege creep, you don't care about that. Yeah, you got your treads. Good job. Okay, so I have a tip for you. Like what you're trying to do is you're trying to wait until so you stop a lot until like this creep tries to die. So okay, cool. I'm not going to talk about that. You can just figure that out yourself. I'm basically trying to tell you how to last it when you have moon glyphs. If there's one creep dying, you can hit the other creeps. So it hits that, and then you can last it using your moon glyph after it bounces. But okay, that's a bit too advanced. Maybe you can focus on that later. So you saw a void spread got a rune. He's rotating bottom. What are you gonna do now? Let's see. Okay, perfect. You're playing safe. This is the right play. So now that he shows
Maybe
okay,
I had to look PA items more
yeah,
because I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at
yeah.
right now.
You should because I mean right now you don't know what this PA has. Like if he has Battle Fury, he's gonna be playing a farming game. If he has Desolator, he's gonna be fighting a lot. So
Yes,
according to
right.
that, you should be itemizing, but we don't know that. We don't know what his mentality is right now. So I wasn't planning on bringing that up, but good job. Like you figured it out yourself. So it's very important to figure out what kind of gameplay he's going to be going for. So right now he has a Desu. So he is going to be fighting a lot, and you need to keep that in mind. So have TPs ready whenever PA tries to jump on some of your. Whenever somebody dives, you have your eclipse. You should be using to look. You should be looking to use your eclipse, and you do have TPs ready for that. So that's perfect. Yeah, push as fast as possible. So you see 2 heroes here, Willow and Bristleback. Yeah, good, perfect. Push out the waves, farm the camps. So this guy was trying to stack the camp for you, but you blocked it. So try to keep that in mind. Okay, so I have a question for you, which is like overall game based, not just like for Luna versus PA. If you see the enemy has a farming mentality, and I mean, sorry, if you see the enemy hero has a fighting mentality and you have a farming mentality, who wins the later on the game goes?
I mean, I just played PA, and
Okay.
I just want to say PA as an answer because she can hit something like 2k damage.
Yeah, so okay, let me tell you this way. So if you are a farming hero playing against a hero who wants to fight early on, the longer the game goes, the more advantage you have, because
Yes.
he won't be able to farm as fast and you will be. So like right now, if you had gotten Treads plus like Mask of Madness or something like 6 minutes ago, you would be top net worth instead of him. So if you see, he didn't go for a fighting build and he's managing to capitalize using kills, I think. I don't know how many kills he has. Yeah, okay, now. He has
Ask you
4
a
kills.
different question.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
If I were the PA in this game, leading network, leading gold, should I buy the Desolator or Battle Fury or something like that? Because I have my money and I can make it multiply.
So that depends.
Also, I have a late game hero as an opponent. So what kind of mentality should I have?
Okay, so let me tell you this way. So if you are a Phantom Assassin right now, at like minute 14, like right now, you have to choose between going Desolator or Battle Fury. How many kills does your team have? 11, and the enemy has 4, right? So obviously you're going to be ahead in net worth. So when you're ahead in net worth, go for farming items, because you can extend your lead, and PA is good at going late. So PA is a stronger carry than Luna and Lifestealer. Like I'm telling you that through experience. So Luna is not the strongest late game hero. Luna is very strong at like 20 to 30 minutes, but after like minute 30, a 6-slot Luna is weaker than a 6-slot PA. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, so for that you need to understand the carry role very good. That's why again I would say just stick to one role, which is carry. If you play all different types of carries, you'll understand. You know, if I'm PA and I try to take it early against a Luna, I'm going to lose. You learn that through experience. But when you take it late against Luna, you're going to win. So that's how you kind of understand the hierarchy of strengths as you keep on going late. But if you want, I'll just tell you right now. So the strongest late game 6-slot carries are Spectre, Anti-Mage, Medusa, Phantom Assassin. In certain cases, I would say, okay, let's just look at the list. So these 4, I would say, are the strongest like late game carries. Now I'll tell you some strong mid game carries. So those are Chaos Knight, Ember Spirit. Void is very good late game. Monkey King is not the strongest 6-slot. TB is a very strong 6-slot. So Ursa was supposed to be a mid-game hero, but I mean, he's just too strong right now. Like he's strong 6-slot too. Morphling is very strong 6-slot. But you know, Luna is not the strongest 6-slot. He's like kind of halfway there. Luna is good at taking mid-game fights and ending the game fast.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, when you play a lot of carry, all the different heroes, you'll kind of start understanding. But I'll just tell you the 4 strongest. It's Anti-Mage, Medusa, Spectre. I would say even PA, I guess. Like these, so PA is gonna win late if she goes for a farming item. But right now she did not. She went for Deso. And that's good too, because if you see, she's capitalizing on her kill potential. She has 4 kills and 4 assists. You have 1 kill, 1 assist. So both of you went for farming builds. I mean, I'm sorry, killing builds, but she's managing to capitalize and you are not. That's why you're starting to fall behind.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So cool, let's fast forward a bit. So it's night time now. Okay, so I'm going to tell you one thing. The most economical place, the place where you can farm the fastest for both Radiant and Dire is the triangle. So right now where you see the bristleback, that's the triangle for Dire and this is the triangle for Radiant. So when you're playing carry, the triangle is the safest place for you. And just let me tell you why. So let's assume you're playing Luna, right? And the enemy wants to gank you. I'm just going to play this. So if they want to gank you, they first have to go to this high ground, then they have to go to this high ground. And like, again, if you see like this, there's 1 high ground here, 2 high grounds here, and 2 high grounds here. So to invade this triangle, they have to take a lot of risks. Like going high ground is a big risk if you don't have vision. So invading the triangle is very, very difficult. And if you see like this, if you get gone on, somebody can TP here, somebody can TP here. So the triangle is the safest place, and it has the most gold because that's where the ancient camp is. And you have like 3 camps very close by. So after you have to at one point move to this part, because here is where you can accelerate your farm the fastest. So it's 15 minutes in, you even got the bottom tower, so there's no reason for you to be here anymore.
Yeah,
because if you notice, this is a small camp, right? You get like what, 30, 40 gold from this, maybe 50 gold sometimes. And from this camp, you'll get like 100 gold. So every minute, you're going to get 150 gold plus like a few creeps. But if you're farming here, you're going to get a creep wave from here, then this camp plus ancients plus this camp. So that's like much more gold. You get a medium camp, the small camp plus ancients plus wave. So you're farming all this plus an ancient camp. That's the amount of farm you're getting here.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, so for every carry, you need to have 2 power spikes in mind. I would say not power spikes, farming spikes. At what point can you stop static farming and start farming these 2 camps? And at what point should you just go to the triangle? And to get an idea of this, like you can watch. I would not suggest watching pro players. I would suggest just try to watch someone in the divine bracket. I would say divine or ancient bracket.
Who has divine MMR or something like that. That's why I couldn't watch their games.
Okay, so I'm just gonna send you a link in the Reddit chat. It's replaytools.io. Actually, let's check this website out if it's still up. So, oh, it's gone. So this website used to give you a lot of replays for Dota for any skill level you wanted, but I mean, I guess it's gone now. So, wait, let me just check.
If I ask to Reddit, I mean, I can find friendly people out there. Yes, but I get the notes, and that's a
you can
tip as well.
Yeah, you can add me right now. So I play pretty often. You can see what the carries are doing in my games. So I play support a lot. I'm mostly a 5 player. I can add you, so you can download my replays and watch what the carries are doing in my games.
Okay, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah. So can you tell me your friend ID? How do I do that? Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Should I tell you that?
Yeah, you can just tell me the number.
677.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
67704.
7704.
204.
04. This is you? Okay. Okay, so yeah, you can watch my replays.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. Let's get back to your game. Okay, so you died. Let's figure out what happened. Your perspective. Let's go back. Okay, so I remember you asked me, you don't understand when to take fights and when to not take fights. So I'm gonna tell you how to figure that out. So, okay, like as a Luna, what are you good at? You're good at team fighting and you're good at pushing waves, right? So how Alliance 1 TI3 was, they just always kept the waves pushed in, all 3 waves. And then that used to force teams to play on 3 different lanes. And then they had very good cash heroes. So they basically used to take fights when the waves were all pushed in. So to answer your question, which is when to take fights, you always push in the waves as much as possible. And when the waves are at the tower, then you take a fight. So I'll tell you why that is good, because when the waves are pushed in, people are going to force to, just hold on a sec. Yeah, so when you push the waves in, you're going to force TPs to lanes. And then when you get this information that, PS farming bottom, Void Spirit is mid, and Bristleback top, then you know that it's not going to be a 5v5. It's going to be like a 4v5 or a 3v5. So you always push waves in and then take a fight. So right now, let's see bottom. Um, so bottom is kind of pushing towards them. Top is pushing in, and mid is pushing towards you. So then let's see what happens. So these guys are trying to siege mid. You guys all rotate mid. Holy shit. So this Dark Willow just outplayed you basically. I mean that's unfortunate. Like you guys should respect the Dark Willow. I mean, yeah, so at that point it just comes to okay, I have another question for you. So what kind of damage does the enemy team have? Bristleback is physical, Phantom Assassin is physical, Void Spirit is like magical plus physical, I would say. Like he's mixed damage carry. Rubik is magical and Dark Willow is magical. So can you fight this game without a BKB?
No,
What do you think?
no, it's not possible.
Yeah, it has to you if there's a Rubik and a Dark Willow, like and you guys clump up like this, it's just not gonna work out unless you have a BKB. So I mean that's why if you see like you guys all clumped up and that's the best possible situation for Dark Willow. You have to kind of think about these heroes. Like if I don't have a BKB, what do I need to look out for in this game? So
Yeah,
they
you're
had,
right.
yeah, you fought against the heroes against who you need a BKB to fight. Like if you were if it was a PA and a bristleback right now, you wouldn't need a BKB to fight over here.
Yeah.
But you fought the heroes which you need a BKB to fight against, and yeah, if you see like this is the dream for Dark Willow, that's exactly what she wants. So you need to kind of, if these two guys are going to clump up, you can't do anything about it. But you should try to play your game as good as possible. So you should not be, standing so close. So yeah, he gets an insane. Uh, and yeah, this Void Spirit just does a great job. So this is a disaster because Phantom Assassin wasn't even in the fight, so she's gonna accelerate even more, and you guys just lost 4 heroes. So I mean, these kind of fights, you lose the game. Okay, the Rubik feeds randomly, so that's good. So now let's see what happens. So what item should you be going for right now? Now that you see this Void Spirit has axe, what item should you be going for?
I actually thought about Manta here
Okay.
because, but I can get silenced again and again, and I can't prevent stuns. So maybe I should have bought BKB at that point.
Yes. You need to go for a BKB now. And the bad thing is you're kind of already fallen behind. So even if you get a BKB, it's not guaranteed that you'll win the fight. But it's just the best item you can go for right now. Because the PA is just like way too far ahead and you don't have your BKB. So the reason why this is happening is you did not go for Moonglaves early on. Like you did not go for a farming speed. Like if you had gone for max farming build, like at minute 6 or something, by now you would have had your Manta style and you would have started working towards your BKB. So you would have been much stronger even for this fight over here. But so basically we need to think about your skill builds better. Specifically for Luna, try to hold your skill points. Based on how the lane is going, you can choose your skills. So again, your Grimstroke feeds again, your Tiny also dies, I'm pretty sure here. Oh, he does not. What? I don't know how he survived, but
It's okay, MMR. You'll see some differences.
Yeah. Okay, so again, like I said, the safest place on the map for you is this triangle. That's where you should be farming. So when you're so far behind, you kind of just need to accelerate on your own game. So you just go and farm this triangle instead of TPing bottom again. So if you see now, the most of it, you TP'd here, you didn't farm any camp, you just walked from bottom to here because you realized this area is not safe for you. So you just wasted like another minute.
Yes, you're right.
Okay, so that's done. we already talked about what went wrong, but now let's talk about what you can do in this situation. So, what do you think your mentality should be as a carry player right now? Like on this situation, what are you supposed to do?
I guess being passive would be nice in that
Yes,
position.
perfect, perfect. You're completely right. By being passive, I hope you mean avoiding team fights. So, yeah, the way you avoid team fights is you try to think of the enemy team and you figure out, which of these heroes can kill me solo. What hero or what combination of heroes kills me. So in this case, if it's Void Spirit +1, you're definitely gonna die. If it's solo Void Spirit, you'll probably die too. You'll probably die. You're not sure. I mean, I can't tell how he plays, but you'll probably die. If it's a solo Bristleback, you're fine. If it's a Bristleback with a stun, you'll probably still survive. If it's a PA +1, you're gonna die. So every time you see Void Spirit or PA somewhere on the map, you go to the other lane and start pushing that. So right now, based on the map, like what do you see? You see Bristleback top. You see Bristleback plus PA, I think. I think that's a PA over there. Yeah. So you see these two heroes top. You see Dark Willow bottom and Void Spirit is over here. So he's walking mid right now. So what part of the map should he be farming?
Triangle.
Yeah, triangle.
Nice.
Perfect.
Radiant triangle.
Yeah, you try to farm the triangle. Okay, I'll just fog the radiant, I think. Yeah. So right now you see these two heroes mid, right? So you should start trying to go top or bottom, basically in a lane which Void Spirit is not there. So you farm your way bottom, like farm all these camps in between, walk bottom, and then you push it. So that's why I would have suggested going for Manta because it also gives you move speed and illusions. Illusions help you push out waves without committing your body. So I'm not a big fan of the Dragon Lance. I would have personally started working towards my Yasha. Yasha is better than Dragon Lance because it gives you more move speed. So, okay. So let's test your split pushing right now. You see 3 heroes mid. Let's see what you do. Yeah, perfect. You see Bristleback top 3 heroes mid. So you're farming your way towards bottom. That's perfect. Yeah, this is the correct play to be going for right now. Okay, always, always, always wave gets pushed first before the creeps. Like if you have to choose between farming the camp and farming the camp and farming the waves always get pushed first. Especially in this kind of a situation when you're behind. Because when you do this, you force the wave to be at the tower and that forces the enemies to show on the map. And the more the enemies are showing, the safer your team is because they know, okay, if it's you're tiny right now, your tiny can see, yeah, I mean, there's somebody here, so I'm safe, so I can push out this wave. So you're kind of enabling your team by doing that.
Yeah. Push the creeps, then go back to jungle.
Yeah.
Keep
so yeah. So right now you see Void Spirit's missing. Okay, you just saw him. So now what do? You quickly start farming your way to mid and push that. So you're doing a great job right now. You pushed mid, Void Spirit was forced to go mid, defend that, then you pushed bottom, the Void Spirit just went here. So this way, you're just kind of ping-ponging throughout the map and you're slowly getting stronger. So this is how you split push. You figure out which hero or which combination of heroes can kill you and you avoid those on the map. So you're doing a good job right now. Let's see what you do next. So you see the PA Rubik mid. Void Spirit's walking mid too. So this is a kind of risky place to be farming right now, but okay.
Right.
Yeah, so as you see, like these guys obviously want to take a fight, right? Because the strongest heroes on the map are everybody in one lane. Your team should not be fighting right now. So they decide to fight, so you don't have an option. So you commit, that's the correct play, but your team should not have been fighting right now. It's okay. Let's see how this fight plays out. Okay, holy shit, the PA just died. Yeah, he didn't go for a BKB, so he's paying for it. Again, like, he used Eclipse when there's a lot of creeps around. Bad idea. And you just gave Rubik a free Eclipse. Okay, I don't know what just happened, but these guys just fed 3 heroes. Okay, so fine. Let's talk about your team fight right now. What your contribution was. So you decided. Let's just focus on your eclipse beams. Okay, so 1 creep, 2 creeps, 3 creeps, 4 creeps, 5 creeps, 6 creeps,
I actually
one,
use that
7,
as a
8.
counter initiation because
Yeah.
you know that when enemy sees a knight and
Yeah.
lunar beams, they just want to get back. So
Yeah.
I
Right. Right.
just use it as a counter initiation, but it didn't go well.
Yeah. That's your idea is correct. While your idea is correct, the execution was wrong because out of 9 beams, only 1 beam hit the Dark Willow. Like other 8 beams hit creeps. So what you could have done is walk through this jungle over here and then use your eclipse. Like if you are over here and using your eclipse, it's gonna hit heroes much more than the creeps.
Right.
I mean, basically, just try to think about when you use eclipse. You don't have to rush and use it. Uh, Try to get the maximum usage out of your spells. Like it's okay if you don't use it immediately. So yeah, that's. I mean, does that make sense? Try to maximize the spell usage. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand your point. I was also watching the game, so understanding your mistakes, it's like a cold water on my face.
It's all right. It's very difficult to improve at Dota. I mean, I can agree with you on that. It takes time. So don't feel bad, like you're doing a pretty good job so far. Okay, this bristleback also randomly walks back into the fight and feeds. So this is just perfect. They're throwing very hard right now. So I am extremely happy that you decided to walk here and push this tower, because one of the biggest problems I see in lower brackets is they win a fight and they just go and start farming the jungle again. So that's extremely bad. So kills are not worth anything if you don't get towers out of them. So this is the great play. You should be pushing as much as possible. Great job. You push this tower and then let's see what happens next. Oh wow, the PA just fed again. Okay. Okay, so I just asked you one thing, right? What was the best place? I just told you one thing. What was the best place on the map to farm for Radiant?
Radiant. So
What?
Right now, yes, Radiant Triangle is still.
Yeah, no, just like overall. So it's Radiant Triangle. Similarly for Dire, it's the Dire Triangle. So the best way to play when you're ahead is to play in the enemy's triangle.
Yeah.
Because you are taking away the space where they can get the fastest farm and you are farming over there. So just a tip, when you're ahead, try to play in the enemy triangle. You set up wards everywhere around the triangle and you don't leave. You put a ward here, like just ward everywhere on the triangle and just don't leave this area. So you farm these ancients, these camps, and whenever the wave comes here, you farm it here or you farm it here. So what you tell is, you just tell your entire team to come here and occupy this area with you. So one of your cores can farm mid, one of your cores can farm bottom, and the rest of you can like farm this ancient camp. So that way what you do is you're pressuring 2 lanes, and that's the thing about Dota, you cannot occupy all 3 lanes. If your team tries to play all 3 lanes, you're going to lose because you're just going to get picked off one by one. So when you're ahead, I mean, not right now. I mean, right now you guys are kind of behind and you don't have your eclipse, which is your big team fight spin. So right now you should not be in the triangle. But whenever, I'm just giving you like in general information, like if you feel like you're ahead and you want to be kind of doing shit, just play in the enemy triangle and farm these 2 camps.
So basically you say put the pressure on lanes, but don't be on the lane. Is that right? Because
no, you should be on lane, but you should be close to each other. Okay, like if you show one guy here, if you show one guy over here, one guy over here, and one guy over here, then then the enemy team knows you guys are very far apart. Like you can't immediately TP here and then. So if you are farming here and your tiny's here, they go on you. Your tiny TPs, and by the time he walks here, you're gonna be dead.
Yeah.
But if the tiny is farming here and you're farming these ancients, they go on your tiny, you can just quickly come here and eclipse and force them back, or get some trade kills. So you can show on lane if you are backed up, but don't show on lanes if you are far away from your team. So I hope that makes sense.
I hope I'm going to do that right now because
Okay.
I understand the concept and
Yeah.
I think I'm doing that thing.
Yeah. So good job. Like you feel like you're ahead right now, and wait one sec.
If you want, we can end it with Luna because it's we are doing it. We are keeping it very slow, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I don't want to steal your time too much. So
no, that's fine. That's fine. Let's finish this replay and then we can go ahead. So I want to see why you guys lost this. I mean, so far they're throwing pretty hard. So yeah, you push in bottom. So right now you don't see anybody on the map, so you should be kind of playing safe. Let's go to your player perspective. So right now you only see a Willow mid. You don't know where PA is dead, but you don't know where Void Spirit is. So in this kind of situation, you should not be showing on the map, and you're doing exactly that. So good job. Okay, you just saw Void Spirit TP bottom. So what do you do now? You immediately go and push mid, but this is fine too. You don't have to do that immediately. Yeah, so you stack, you farm this, perfect. So right now, if you had Manta, okay, you see a fight happening mid, and you have to go and play because you have Eclipse. So let's see what happens.
I thought that I had the advantage, but we'll see.
Yeah. Okay, again, you use your Eclipse near the creeps.
Yes.
And you die. So yeah, like try to use your Eclipse better when. So your first Eclipse, you did not hit anybody. Your second Eclipse, you hit only one creep, your one hero, and the third Eclipse again, you only hit Dark Widow, I believe. So to play Luna, if you want to get good at Luna, try to improve your Eclipse usage. Like try to be more patient with it, and that's one feedback I can give you. But yeah, let's go back a bit and see what is happening before this fight plays out. So right now you see bottom is pushing in and you see a lot of heroes mid. So you need to be immediately walking here because you saw that Void Spirit was somewhere bottom. So for all you know, he could be farming this camp and this fight will be 5v4. Like worst, like best case situation for you, he's farming somewhere else on the map and you go and take this fight 5v4. Or best case, like your worst case for you, he's joining this fight and your team is going to lose if they fight 5v4. So you should be running as soon as possible to fight here. So the reason why I think this fight went south is because you stopped to farm this camp here. So you see, you saw for a split second that Void Spirit is joining the fight. Yeah. So okay, if you hadn't stopped to farm that camp, like the fight would have probably gone a bit better because they're fighting for 5v4 for a long time. So and this is a very difficult mistake, I would say. Like it's very difficult to gauge like when do you immediately go to fight. But I mean, yeah, the only thing I can say is the reason you stopped to farm that camp. That's why you guys like lost a bit. Otherwise, this fight would have played out differently. But I mean, I don't blame you for that. It's a difficult skill.
I thought that was just a dog fight. I mean, they're just going to harass and they're not going into a full team combat. That's why I didn't intend to go there. But then I realized that that's a serious team combat. So
yeah. So the one thing I have to say for that is every time you have Eclipse up, you should be looking to take a fight. Even if it's a small fight, it doesn't matter. Like your Eclipse was up, you just go. There's a fight happening, you just go. Like it doesn't matter. You have Eclipse, just fight.
I'm actually doing that when I play Bane or Warlock as a support.
Yeah, perfect.
Those are really good.
They're kill heroes. They're good kill spells.
But as a carry, I forget this mentality because I focus too much on farming.
Yeah. So if you have that kind of a mentality when you play, like try to play more of anti-mage, because that hero is a good hero for your kind of playstyle. So try to play anti-mage more. I think we'll have more success on that hero. I mean, you'll climb faster. But okay, so now mid is pushing in, and let's fast forward till you respawn. So what item are you going for next after NKB? Okay, Scardy. Again, like you're not going for BKB, which you need.
Yeah. Yes. I can clearly accept all the criticizing of BKB because even
it's
just
all right,
below is a reason for BKB.
Yeah.
But I didn't buy it. I don't know why.
So you see 2 heroes bottom. Let's see what you do. Now there's 3 heroes bottom, and you don't have Eclipse. I mean, I don't blame your TP here. Like, I probably would have TP'd too. Let's see how this fight plays out. Perfect. You get the Void Spirit. And I don't know what the PA is doing. I thought it was all 5 heroes bottom. Generally, if they're not showing their info, he's just standing there. Okay. Great TP, I would say. Eclipse was just 20 seconds away. I saw that before you TP. So I don't blame your TP. I would have TP'd too. But I just don't see how these guys lost the fight. I don't know what's going on. So, I mean, yeah, this TP worked out. Good job. Even if you didn't have Eclipse ready, you should have still TP'd and you did that. So, good job. So now, yeah, you should be going for racks as soon as possible. Try to use your drum charges.
I should have used it when I tried to push the.
Okay, so one other problem I have. I don't understand why you guys backed out because the entire team is dead and you should be forcing their high ground right now. There's no way they can contest you, right? If you go and try to hit this racks, like what are they going to do? You have a creep wave and there's 4 people dead. Like you have to force buybacks. You have to force your advantages.
Yeah. Right, but when Tiny gets back, I got back. I mean, I couldn't find the courage to go in because.
Yeah. So if Tiny is backing, he's throwing the game, but you tell the rest of your team, like, guys, we should be getting some damage on the tier 3 tower right now. Because you even have Eclipse, right? That's how you win team fights. You won a team fight without Eclipse, and now you have Eclipse too. So you guys should be fighting right now.
I see, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to, I need to command my team more because I can see my itemization and I know my power spikes as you told me before. So
right.
When I got my MKB or something like that, I had to push my team to look for a fight. Yes.
Right. So yeah, right. The one very big mistake I can see is you did not capitalize on that big window you had. You had 40 seconds of PA dead. You could have killed like Luna pushes very, very fast because of her moon glyphs. Like you can kill racks like in 5 or 6 seconds. So you guys should have pressured that tower more. I mean, so the one mentality I can tell you is every time you get like 3 or 4 kills, you should get at least one objective. If you don't get any objectives out of kills, those kills were useless.
Right.
So think about it that way. So you see your lifestealer just got a Paladin sword. Like this is a great item on you. You should be taking that item. You should be carrying the Paladin sword. Try to keep an inventory of the neuter items which your team has. So again, right now you see there's a fight which is about to break out over here. So you should be running there as soon as possible. But let's see what happens. Do not farm this camp. Bad move. So after the mid game, right, try to farm near your team. I mean, this is not very far, but I would say try to farm closer to your team. Yeah. Luckily, those guys didn't fight over there and your team didn't die. So you see 2 heroes bottom. You just saw White Spirit and Phantom Assassin bottom. So what should you be doing?
Getting the top tower, I guess.
Yeah, you push top as fast as possible, then you get this outpost because it's going to be 30 minutes soon. So you'll get a huge experience spike. Oh, we already have the bottom tier 2, right? So you can get the outpost right now. So if Venge feeds, that's good space created. He's creating a lot of space for you. He didn't even die. He forced TP's bottom and he didn't die. So the Venge did a very good job. So you guys just got top. You should be pushing mid and then trying to get Rosh. So let's see what happens. So again, Roshing is not a good idea when the entire enemy team is missing. You guys could have gone Rosh when they were showing bottom, but like right now you don't know where the team is. So yeah, so like you see, when you force the waves in, PA was forced to go here and defend, and World Spirit is forced to come here and defend. So you just saw them on the map, and now you can do Rosh safely because you know they're not here.
Yeah.
But good, it works out anyway. So you guys get the Rosh. Okay, Life Stealer takes it. That's bad.
Yeah, yeah, he stole it basically.
Yeah. So again, fight breaking out mid. You need to go there. Yeah, good, good. You're farming close to your team. Good job. So right now you haven't checked if PA has BKB or not. You should be clicking on enemy heroes more to check out what kind of items they have. I mean, I don't think you clicked on PA more than once. You clicked on her one time when she was in the jungle, but yeah, let's see what's happening. Okay, you get bursted because you didn't have a BKB over there. So if you see, let's slow down. You had nothing for the stun side. So let's see what happens. Your positioning was correct. You're standing on the high ground. So yeah, you walk to the high ground, perfect. Lucent beam this guy. Yeah, you start hitting him. So now this Void Spirit's gonna jump you and he just stun locks you and you get bursted. You get jumped on, you get bursted. Like you need a BKB over there. So if you BKB and Eclipse, like these two guys are gonna get a lot of hits on. Like it's very unlikely that this was the perfect time to Eclipse and did not do it.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
Because the enemy heroes are closer to you than this camp, so the heroes are going to be prioritized. So you should have BKB Eclipsed there. I mean, these two heroes would have died definitely because you had your life stealer too.
Yes.
So the main reason I can think of that you lost this game is your Eclipse usage and your skill build early on. I mean, apart from that, you played pretty well. So I guess like this is all I can give you from this replay.
So basically, I just want to sum up something.
Yeah.
So if I get you wrong, please correct me.
Yeah. Sure.
So I watched it and I also listened to your criticizing.
Yeah.
My laning is good, I guess. I mean, at least in my MMR, my laning and last hit is good. But
no, you were missing last hits. If I remember correctly, you were not denying well. You need to.
Yeah, you're right.
So you need to get better at last hitting and maintaining the creep wave.
Yes, and the main reason that I lost it is my skill build and also my itemization.
Yeah.
I mean, one item that's called BKB would have changed really too much things in that game, I guess.
Yeah.
And one other thing that I noted here, Eclipse usage, because this hero Luna particularly powerful with Eclipse with ult. And I messed up everything about Eclipse in this game. So my skill build and item build can be done correctly easily, in my opinion. These habits can be changed, but to understand Eclipse, what should I do? I mean, what can I improve myself?
So before using Eclipse, just think about, if I use Eclipse now, who is the beam gonna hit? Like, are there any creeps nearby? That's the only question you need to ask. So I'm not saying you need to hit all 9 beams on enemy heroes, but try to use Eclipse when there's lesser creeps around than heroes. So the perfect time was that high ground fight when you got jumped by both of them. I mean, that's when you should have used it, but you did not. And your early game items could have been better. Like you went for drums, which are not the best item on Luna, I would say. It does not improve your Eclipse. It did not really improve your farming speed. Like a Mask of Madness costs around the same gold and it would have increased your farming speed much more than drums.
Yeah, okay. And I also want to tell you one more thing. Luna is not my greatest carry.
But I think you should play anti-mage.
Yes. Maybe in future we can talk about anti-mage because I think I'm good at farming with anti-mage,
Yeah.
and recently I'm doing very good with that.
Yeah.
But I have very big trouble with ranged carry heroes. I mean,
Okay.
Draw Ranger, Luna, Gyrocopter.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really love to play these, but I can't win basically.
Okay.
So I picked that because I want to improve myself, but doing that in a ranked game was a bad choice, I guess.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to play in ranked games. But the common thing in between these three heroes is the squishy. You need to
Yeah.
build survivability items. So you did
Yeah.
not have lifesteal this game, you did not have BKB this game, so you got punished for not going for survivability items. So when you're playing Drow Ranger or you're playing Luna or something, you have to be more careful of your positioning than if you were playing like a Spectre or a Sven or even an anti-mage in some cases, because they're much tankier than these guys.
Yeah.
Like if you have like Manta Abyssal on anti-mage, he's not gonna like instantly die. Like if PA and this guy had jumped on you, you probably would have survived. I'm not sure if you would have. On Sven and Spectre, you definitely would have survived in that case because they don't get punished for not going for squishy items.
Yeah, I got your points.
Yeah.
Thank you, doctor. You really cured my one of my problems. I mean, when I watch my own replays, it's actually it's not easy to watch my replays because I can't name my problems easily.
I understand.
But you can do it very fast and very correctly. If I waste your time, sorry for that.
No, it's not. This is not a waste. Like I'm happy to help you. Yeah, I would suggest try to play Jug.
Better heroes?
No, not better heroes. I'm telling you heroes which complement your playstyle. So try to play Jug, anti-mage. Try to play Wraith
What do you
King.
think about Spectre?
No, play Wraith King. Yeah, I would not suggest Spectre. Play Wraith King.
Okay.
Yeah, I would suggest you play for these heroes. Play these three heroes right now because like they're not dumpster tier. Like they're good heroes in this patch and they complement your playstyle.
Okay.
So try to focus on these three. But if you wanna improve on your ranged heroes, like you mentioned, like the squishy glass cannon kind of heroes, then for that you can play Drow, Luna, Gyrocopter, and all that. But you need to change your playstyle. You need to understand that they are not survivable heroes, and you need to build man fight items on them.
Okay.
So yeah, I would have personally gone for Satanic instead of Scardy. If I had Manta BKB, I would have gone for Satanic next.
Yeah.
Because you need to man fight the PA. He's just gonna come and like hit you for 2k, right? So you need to survive that and then lifesteal back up. Like Satanic is the item to go in that case.
Yeah, Scotty was a bad option I can see right now because I can't kite PA basically.
Scardy is not a bad option, but I personally would have gone for Satanic more because it's a bigger room for mistake. Scardy kind of does the same thing. It gives you more health and more mana and all of that, but it does not give you life steal. Yeah. So Scardy is not bad. I mean, it's a good item, but I would personally have gone for Satanic. Yeah. Right. Okay, so cool. Like, I hope this was helpful, and I'll have this video uploaded soon, so you can make your notes then.
Thanks for all the things that you said.
Yeah,
I'm really glad.
Okay, thank you, man. Like, have a nice day.
Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye.
Yeah.